Hi Bam Bam, it's Casey from Indianapolis, and you are watching asCEDbyme.
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and fellas, this is like the most important part of the entire proposal, which is the ring. Now, if you know Charlotte, you know she does not play around when she wants something done a certain way, a certain color, a certain time, whatever it is. However she wants it exactly like that. So I had a really big responsibility getting this ring down to exactly how she wanted it, because she talked about it for years prior, so I knew what she wanted. She wanted the diamond to be conflict free. She wanted it to be solitaire. I didn't go to a regular jeweler because I wanted to make sure that it was conflict free. And Charlotte's aunt actually helped me find a gemologist. And a gemologist is somebody who goes and I think researches diamonds and really studies diamonds. And I don't know what I'm talking about because it's a whole nother thing, but I know somebody who can explain this a lot better than I can.
Hey, buddy.
Todd, how you doing?
Good to see you,
Good to see
man.
you. How you doing?
Want a cup of coffee? Have some tea?
Oh, I'm fine.
So.
Dude, this looks really. I remember when me and Charlotte first came back here, we were discussing the rings back here.
Yeah, it goes fast.
Yeah, it goes fast. Yeah, it goes fast.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I brought you somewhere that's like super special to me. This is where I got Charlotte's ring from this awesome guy right here. I'm not gonna tell a story. He's gonna tell a story because he knows it a lot better than I do. Because when I was in Miami, when I was with the Dolphins, I needed help to get the ring because I wanted to get the ring in Minnesota. So this is where I met this wonderful man, Todd, and he's gonna tell you the entire story on how we got Charlotte's ring.
Well, it's fun to help people on special occasions, but engagements are just a kind of great pinnacle. And I remember getting a call from Charlotte's aunt, and she was asking some great questions on the phone. She didn't tell me who was getting this, but she just said that she was on a mission to help. So we just had a nice conversation, and she came in and we nerded out. She's a scientist, isn't she?
She's basically a scientist.
Oh,
yeah.
She's so technical.
You know, she is. Sarah is like, in Charlotte's family, all the women, they're like super technical. They're all great, but they're like technicians.
Precision.
Oh my God.
Precision.
So, yeah, so I had a certain kind of ring that I wanted. Well, not that I wanted, Charlotte wanted. I was trying to explain the name of it, but I don't really even remember. Oh, and actually, you're probably gonna be mad at me for doing this, for just putting it in my pocket, but I brought her.
Oh, sweet. Hello. It's good to see you.
Yeah, so
Are you
Charlotte.
happy to see your uncle?
So Charlotte wanted a specific ring. I know that, from what I know in my education, I just know that Tiffany sells the ring and they make it exactly like that. So
Yeah.
you can kind of explain what it is and all that kind of stuff, because I don't know much.
So, whenever, in any industry, whenever a big company carries something, people think that that form is owned by that company. But this is it's a classic solitaire. So many companies have done it. Tiffany's is noted to do that. But it's just this ultimate classic ring, classic black dress, and it's just timeless. It was done 120 years ago. It'll be done now. It'll be done 100 years from now. That diamond's really sweet.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So one of the most important things to me was hitting on all the things that Charlotte wanted. Like I said, she wanted to be conflict free, which is huge for me and for her, to make sure that the diamond was, you know, essentially, how do I say, harmless, like if nobody was injured getting it. Because you want to explain that a little?
So, whenever someone needs money, they can do bad things to get that money. And there's areas where there's resources all over the world that have access, and they're in tough parts of the world. So with diamonds, there's some areas where there's literally like warlords that hawk over certain locales and they'll do some bad things. They make people do some bad things to have to get the gems. So there's a process called the Kimberley process that ensures a proper way of getting the gem from the mine to the mining and cutting facility in an ethical way. So.
And another big thing for me was obviously there's the 4 C's is what everybody talks about. And I remember when I first called you, when you explained the 4 C's to me, the way they're the most important in order how you see them because of, you know, your experience the past, you know, 26 years that you have been here. Yeah. So you want to kind of explain the 4 C's and what they mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we're in love, climb any mountain for our sweetheart. So I think that when people come to jewelry stores or do some research, they're trying to find out what a good use of their money is, and do they need to spend it all? Like what does that process look like? Yeah. So when people roll into a store like ours. And there's always a store like ours in a community where it's just heartfelt, and you can have a real conversation with someone, regardless of the money. Yeah. You're just a dude that rolls in, and we can talk. Yeah. So, and then later on, we want to find out what's the budget goal. Yeah. So that's how it goes. So there's the 4 C's, and the mathematics of the diamond is always the most important thing. Yeah. So you get a diamond cut to great math, and the mathematical formulas have not changed since 1919. So once you understand that math, that makes the conversation so much easier. Yeah. So math is the most important of the 4 C's. Then color is the second most important visual component. And then the clarity, which means the amount of flaws under a microscope. So that's important. You just never want to look down and see a flaw from the eye. And the last part is the carat weight. So some people, a 10 carat diamond is not big enough, and others, a half carat diamond is too big. Yeah. So that's about trying different pieces of jewelry on, seeing what looks good, and that's what you let people do. Is you let people come play. And
just having a conversation with Tal on the phone, and I really trusted him with what he was saying when it came to the 4 C's, the pricing, the flaws in the ring or whatever. Like I really trusted him. So when I was with the Dolphins, he mailed the ring to me, and I saw it, and I just couldn't believe it. It was like the most perfect thing that I could have imagined, and I knew it was exactly what Charlotte had always imagined because she talked about it for the past 4 to 5 years when we were together. So I remember being in the apartment, and I was always hiding the ring, making sure that I had it in the right place so she wouldn't see it, because I wasn't able to propose until after my rookie year. But then after my rookie year, I signed with the Patriots, and then I had to extend the proposal even longer after that. But yeah, man, Todd is an awesome dude. And like I said, when I came here for the first time, and I saw him and I saw the store, this is exactly the kind of vibe that I like. Something that's more personal. I know human connection and relationship is something that's really important to me, and it's important to Todd. And I knew that he wouldn't take advantage of me because of who I was, playing ball or whatever. He genuinely cared about who I was as a man and who I was trying to be, and trying to do something great for my future wife. And that's something that was really important to me. So I definitely encourage you guys, if you're in Minnesota, to come to Golden Treasures, because it's a place where you will get taken care of. You truly will get taken care of. And I'm not saying that because he's sponsoring me or anything like that. It's because it's truly something that I mean to me. You guys know that relationships are everything to me, and this is one that is gonna last, forever. We were just talking about off camera. I don't mountain bike, but he does. So we're gonna go mountain biking one day. You know what I'm saying? So a relationship is super important to me. And every time I come here, he never lets me leave without cleaning these rings. Like he takes pride and joy in his service and everything here. So
thank you.
Thank you so much, dude, for everything you
pleasure.
do.
I was gonna say, there's always a store like ours where in any community, where you can go in and people will love you up, and you just feel that. You just know that.
All right, well, you got business is booming, dude. So I don't want to be in here for too long, man.
I'm glad you came.
I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm gonna put these in a little pouch.
Okay.
And then
Charlotte was mad at me because I took it out of the house. Put it in my pocket.
I get it. And she would kick your butt if you lost it. So we want to make sure that they come home safely.
Okay. Todd is honestly an awesome guy. Like, seriously. After he got done cleaning the ring, we talked for like almost 45 minutes to an hour about marriage and God and how we're supposed to be the spiritual leaders in our family. So he's truly just an awesome guy. I just trusted him with purchasing my ring and all that stuff. So, but he cleaned our rings. Now I'm about to go home, give Charlotte her nice, shiny, now shiny ring. It was dirty as heck at first. And I'll end this here. The proposal will be up tomorrow. And you guys, let's see how it all went down.